I have nothing against corporations in general. Me and my father are set up as a two-people corporation. A lawyer friend incorporated us in '99. The reason corporations are supposed to be better at managing the natural resources is because they're supposed to be more efficient than the government. And I'm not defending the government, especially the one in which the presidents, as President Roosevelt himself said, are selected, not elected. But let us take a look at some of the large corporations. My gas company. In 2009, I noticed a gas leak in the woods behind my property. I called my gas company. They sent a person. He came out and put some caution tape around the trees there. But 4 years later, they still didn't do anything about it. There's still that strong smell of gas there, even today, every time I walk by. If I would light a match, it may even explode. And there's at least 3 or 4 other places that I know around here. In 2012, last year, they disconnected our gas service because they said it's not enough gas pressure. The gas well is running dry. And that's fine, because we only use gas for cooking. We use firewood to heat our place. We are very conservative. But given this example, I do not think that corporations are any better at being efficient with our natural resources than the government. They may only be better at billing us. So let us examine how some of these large corporations obtain their wealth to begin with. DirecTV. I disconnected my television service right after I closed my bar. I never watched television myself. About 6 months later, DirecTV gave me what they said was a courtesy call to remind me of my outstanding balance. He said, "What balance? I called you 6 months ago. I disconnected the service." The lady said, "I know, but it gets automatically reconnected after 3 months. You should have called us back." And so for the last 2 years, they have been calling me repeatedly, harassing me that I owe them $350. I almost got into a car accident one time because of this nonsense. I told this story to my neighbor the other day, who has a house in Pittsburgh, a 78-year-old man. My neighbor looked at me in disbelief and said, "It's funny that you mentioned that. I had exact same problem with them. I told them my house burned down. Everything is gone. How can I have television service? They don't listen. It took me months to straighten it out with them." Unlike my neighbor, I do not have patience to deal with the sick people. In 2000, I was sued by Verizon for not paying the advertisement bill in the Yellow Pages. I was excited to go to court to explain that when the Verizon sales lady was discussing the bill with me, she never mentioned that it was to be a monthly $300 bill. So I was under the assumption that it's a one-time fee. I was so enthusiastic to speak in front of the judge, holding in my hand documents proving my innocence. And when my turn came to speak, the judge asked me if I have a lawyer, or if I'm a lawyer. I said, "No, I can represent myself. I don't need a lawyer." The judge said, "No, you cannot. You must have a lawyer." I said, "Okay, I'm a lawyer." The judge said, "No, you're not." And she told me she does not want to hear another word from me. And I was found guilty right then and there. And I was forced to pay 24 times more than what I originally thought. Supposedly, I needed a lawyer because me and my father are set up as a two-people corporation. But that does not matter to me. I will carry the conviction of my innocence to my grave. And on the day PVSI comes to power, American people owe nothing to any tax collection agency or corporation. We have all been swindled and victimized by this criminal industry with special privileges, which can call us up at any time of day or night and harass us without any court procedure. We owe them nothing. For the last several months, I have been asking Verizon repeatedly to please stop charging me extra $10 a month for some internet security feature that I never asked for in the first place. They neglect my request and keep billing me for it. What can I do? What can we do? Communications are essential for our economy, for our business, and for our national security. But we now know that we, the people, our government, and even the Pentagon have been spied upon with computers pre-infected with spyware. Those private internet service providers did not take precautions to protect us and our government from cyber attacks, which greatly damaged our economy and our national security. They either don't care or they are criminally ignorant. And I suspect even worse. Healthcare. Special interests are directly responsible for the high cost of healthcare. It has nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans, as they accuse each other on television. Some of the most basic medicine that was invented a long time ago is now unavailable to the general public. For example, my father had an eye rash, a red eye. All he needed was eye drops. He knew exactly what he needed. So he went to the pharmacy, but he was told he first needs to go to the doctor to get a prescription. So he went to the hospital. He waited half a day. The doctor then measured his heartbeat, his pulse, some other things, and finally gave him a prescription. He then went back and paid $90 for a small bottle of eye drops that should not have cost any more than 50 cents. And then he got a bill in the mail for the doctor's visit, which was another $1,200. Even in Soviet Union, the country me and my father despised, he would have been able to get that bottle of eye drops for pennies. This is no new invention. Our nation has been hijacked. But don't worry, my American friends. Government free from special interests will repeal all the absurd laws benefiting the pharmaceutical and other giant industries. Then our healthcare will become affordable for all once again. Then we'll be able to hook up to the internet from a public pole outside for free and only pay the fee when we need the actual service. And no one will lose their jobs. Not technicians, not doctors, not government employees, not people working at the bank, not farmers, no one. Only middlemen who are busy driving their fancy cars all day, looking for girls and prostitutes on the streets.